every morning for the past 2 months thereabout. Of course, we've been having a natural medical practitioner Thursday mornings share insight, about health and all of that. Of course, speaking of which, we have Dr. Faye from Smith Wellness Services in the studio. Good morning, Dr. Faye.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning. It's good to be here again. Good morning, Nigeria. It's good to be here again. You're welcome to another episode of Holistic Well Health Talks, powered by Smooth Wellness Services, like she has said. I am Dr. Faye Shayo Sharumi, a naturopath, a yoga instructor, and a whole lot of things when it comes to nature. We help to treat your ailments from the root cause. So Holistic Health Talk is all about, we have streamlined it to stress and the effects that it has on every human being. Trying to make us understand that stress most of the time is at the root cause, the crux of most ailments and diseases that we come up with, especially as we get older. So we have been able to delve on a whole lot of things on stress. We've talked on stress. The last time we spoke on abuse, that's sexual abuse on children, because at the moment we're talking on child abuse, how stress comes upon children at that age. We talked about ACEs, that's advanced childhood experiences that adults go through, not knowing that it was actually an offshoot of what the experiences they have gone through as children. Last time we really spoke on child abuse, sexual child abuse, and I actually had someone at the office who came to share her own experience with me, to be honest, and it was so touching. It got me almost emotional. She told me about how she was almost raped multiple times when she was young, that the only reason why she wasn't raped was just the grace of God. That was just it. And the baffling thing was, these are people that she knew. One of it was somebody who was in the same compound as the way, the parents asked, the guy asked her to go help get something. This was around 8 o'clock in the night, 8 p.m. And she refused initially, but her parents saw it as being rude. And what's your problem? Why would you be rude to brother so? And she was like, okay, fine, let me go. And she went to get whatever he asked him to buy. Getting to his apartment, she said the guy was stark naked. This was a young lady who was still in probably her early ages, maybe around 8 to 10. Since she saw him stark naked, and she was baffled, like, what's happening here? And before you know it, he tried pinning her down, that she doesn't know where she got the strength from. Then she started begging him and saying, my dad knows that I'm here, blah, 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 blah. And before you know it, she tricked him to say, okay, fine, you know what? Let me go let them know that I'm back and I'll come back. And they were like, okay, fine. See how dull he was. Then that was how she was able to escape that one. The parents never knew, and unfortunately, she didn't have a good relationship like that with her parents. So that's why I always talk about parents and children. She didn't have a good relationship with her parents, so she did not even tell them that, okay, this is what happened with the guy you forced me to go get something for. She also shared about how her mother's brother almost raped her. Now, this was somebody who was supposedly assisting her with financial stuff. He was always there whenever anything comes up in school, that okay, fine, we need to get this, and maybe the parents are not able to foot the bill. He would always foot the bill, and for a whole lot of people. But unfortunately, that particular weekend, she just went, as she always used to. Maybe once in a while, she would go to his place, help him out with some chores, and before you know it, in the middle of the night, the guy came up naked, and she was like, bother me, what's happening? Like, what's your problem? Are you a child? Blah, blah, blah. And she said they had a very rough night that day, that she turned the entire room upside down. He hit her with stuff, and in the end, he just had to let her go because they were both tired. So, I can imagine why this kind of person would not have, at the moment she has children and she's of age, and she's already beginning to come down with a whole lot of ailments, and she's always wondering, I don't know why I'm always tired, I don't know why this part of my body is always aching. So when she relayed her experience to me, I was like, madam, these things don't go. But she said, oh, but I've forgiven them. I said, yeah, you think you have forgiven them, but to be honest, these traumas are there. That's what we call adverse childhood experiences. You think you have forgiven these people, but the hurt is still stored there somewhere. The hurt is still stored there in a muscle somewhere. When a trigger comes, it comes. And then even if a trigger does not come, that stress has left a mark in your body, and definitely it will come up with one ailment or disease. It can decide to go take any organ. Our bodies are different. We all go through different things, and the ailments can come up in any form. We can have the same set of people having the same kinds of trauma, but in the end they have different kinds of ailment or disease. So please, as parents, let's always look out for our children. Let's have a bond with them that they would be able to share with us. If an adult is trying to force a child to do something and the child is saying no, as a parent, please do not force that child to do it. There probably is a reason why the child is saying no. Can you imagine if this parent had listened to this child or had a good relationship with the child? She would have been able to, like, hey mommy, guess what happened? Hey daddy, guess what happened when I went upstairs? Uncle so tried doing so with me. They would have raised an alarm, and that would have been averted for another child, because it's possible that guy must have tried to rape another child in that environment and would probably have gone scot-free. So please, as parents, it is our duty, parents and guardians, it's our duty to please take care of these children. That's why a whole lot of adults are going through a whole lot of ailments and diseases that you will just like, I don't know where this came from. But to be honest, most of it are offshoots of childhood experiences. And that's why I'm trying to, blow this whistle that it's there. Let's try and see how we can let it go. And that's why I also preach forgiveness. All right, so today, let me just introduce another another ACE, that's adverse childhood experience. We talked about sexual abuse. Another one that I would like to talk about is children witnessing or experiencing violence at home. This is violence between mommy and daddy, or adults and all of that. Children experiencing it from different ages. In fact, from a very, very tender age of maybe age 1 day old till as old as 18 years old. Now, let me just, according to the dictionary, domestic violence can be said to be an ongoing meaning it happens all the time, ongoing experience of physical, psychological, and or sexual abuse in the home that is used to establish power and control over another person. Now, this can come from either a male or a female, because now we have realized that it's not only the guys that actually abuse the females in the house, although most of the time it tends on the male side abusing the female, but it can also go the other way. Now, this is some most of the time I see them as inferior people. Inferiority complex sets in, and then you try to prove that you're stronger than this person, and then you get violent. And then when a child experiences this, what do you expect that child to do? You find children just crying unnecessarily, and you wonder, why is this child crying? Because a mother or a father who has gone through either a psychological or emotional trauma from the spouse. This is somebody you claim that you love, you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, or thereabouts, and the person has maybe beaten you up, you have a black eye, or has said so many things and distorted your mental health. There's no way that person would be able to have a good rapport with children. No. I will always say that a happy home comes where most of the time the mother is happy. If a woman is not happy in the home, it's really, really good to tell on the children. You find out that such children might have inferiority complex or become timid because they may not even be able to have a good relationship with mommy most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time, if the woman is not a happy person. So children experiencing abuse or violence in the home it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing because the society most of the time look at the adult that is being abused. That is either the mother or the father that is being abused. But that is the primary victim that we always look at it like, okay, fine, this is the person. But most of the time we forget that there's something we call the secondary victims in these situations. All right, so let me just put that out today. Next time, next Thursday, we'll continue here and we'll talk more on how children experiencing or witnessing domestic abuse can bring up stress on children. All right, so my contact still remains 091-603-81840. That's 091-603-81840. And my social media handles, YouTube and LinkedIn, are Feyishayo Sharomi. That's Sharomi. Feyishayo has an H. And Facebook is Feyishayo Sharomi. The Shayo does not have an H. Instagram handle is Smooth Ands. SMOOTANDS. Smooth Ands. TikTok is Smooth Wellness. I love you all. Stay blessed. Till we meet again next week. Please, let's do our very, very best to stay away from stress.